Hello, my name is Anthony Franzino. This is my open source project for Intro to Software Engineering, and I chose an open source project called Free Code Camp, which focuses on teaching um, developers how to um, do more like front end programming, like HTML, JavaScript, CSS. It's basically it aims towards helping web developers. And the issue that I chose was for this project that is trying to implement accessible features to websites, or it's teaching students how to implement these area attributes, which stands for accessible rich internet applications. So there's all these attributes, um, and it wants me to go to this page, the code for this page, and modify it so that under each of these bullet points that has an attribute explaining what it is, I have to add a code snippet as an example of how to implement that attribute. And it actually tells me that there's transcriptions for the lectures that teach these. So if I go to those files, I can see how this teacher taught it, and I can find the relevant code snippets and basically just paste them in there under each one. Um, so to do that, I basically just went to the file. Um, Here's all the files for the code, and under these lectures, towards the bottom, there was like a handful of them that each one taught like a different attribute, or maybe like two or three in one lecture. So I would take that code, or just like the relevant portions of the code, and I would copy and paste it under each attribute. So tab index was one that I had to do. So for example, this one allows users to navigate through a website using the tab key. So I took the code, copy and pasted it under the attribute tab index. And a big issue that I ran into after submitting my pull request, I had to do it like 3 times because I kept messing up the formatting, which originally I didn't think was that important. Like at first, I added my own line that kind of was just like a label saying, here's a code example. And I had to remove all of those. And then I also had to focus on my indentations. So, for example, here, whenever there's like embedded code, I had to indent just those 2 lines. So it was a little more strict than I originally expected, um, in that sense. So you can see for each of these area attributes, I put code examples under each one. Um, and then after that, I saved it locally, and then in my terminal where I created a branch. That's another mistake I made. I originally modified the main branch directly, which was not correct. So I had to redo. I made my own branch, um, and made the changes in those, and then I used git add, git commit, and git push to push the changes through to my branch in the GitHub repository that I cloned. And then after that, I created my pull request. Um, and yeah, that's essentially how I was able to get these changes pushed through. Um, yeah, I believe that's it. Um, and if I pull up here, you could see my pull request. And if I show my terminal, here's where I had to make multiple commits, fix indentation, added code examples, and then I did the whole git push process. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching.